And the day after Hillary Clinton's big win, one of the things that she did not win is Minnesota. Joining me now from Capitol Hill is Senator and Hillary Clinton supporter Amy Klobuchar. And we also want to talk to you about the Supreme Court today arguing the abortion case. Let's talk first about what happened last night. She had a really good night across the board. She expanded the reach, the Hispanic vote in Texas and African-American vote in the South. She, for the first time, won white voters, still lagging among white men. She talked last night about the Rust Belt, and she seemed to be trying to reach out, certainly also pivoting to a general election strategy. Where do you see the race right now? And, of course, ground zero for your Minnesota colleagues with Bernie Sanders' win.
Well, I think, first of all, as you point out, Andrea, she had a tremendous night last night. And I think the dialogue after South Carolina and Nevada, where she done incredibly well, was how she picked up with African-American voters, with Hispanic voters. But like last night, she really drove home the point that she has broad support throughout the country. Minnesota wasn't unexpected, just like Colorado or Vermont, Bernie's home state. And for me, the overwhelming number of people we had showing up bodes well for the general election. We had lines out to the end of the block, and so I just think there's a lot of enthusiasm, and I think some of that enthusiasm has been really generated by the fact that people are starting to see Donald Trump as a candidate, Andrea, and a lot of Democrats across the country are saying this is really something that might happen, and we have to have the strongest candidate turned out, and we have to be a united party in the end.
But let me take you back to that, because we had some numbers up just now which showed the turnout, and it's the exact opposite of what happened in 2008. The turnout is down among Democrats. It's down to 5,500,000 compared to Republicans. The Republicans are turning out inspired by either the ferocity of their race or Donald Trump, but Democrats are staying home.
If I could just refer, I was talking about the Minnesota caucuses that had a record turnout, and I understand there's been a disparity across the country. I think it's a disparity that is caused by the fact that the Republicans have so many candidates. They've had a major race. We've had one too, and it's really important, but it's not been nearly as volatile. And I feel very good about the way our candidates have handled this race, the way they've had some differences on issues, the way they've talked about each other. We don't have, we're not having the ones debate about people's bodies or about whether or not you should have an endorsement from the Ku Klux Klan. The fact that they're even talking about that on the Republican side has been a lot of turnoff to independent voters and to people across the country. So I'm feeling really good about Hillary's campaign, but more importantly about our Democratic Party and the fact that people are focusing on the issues and they want to get things done for families in this country.